There's a couple of Fridays that we want to tell you about that's led us to this moment in time.
So I'll tell you about the 9th of December and then we'll tell you about the 2nd of September after.
Hello.
Hello. What did you do, Link?
Just finished feeding the wee man, he's just all wrapped up snugly.
Ah, he's a good, he's a wee lamb. I'm just on my way home now.
How's it going?
I need to tell you something.
What?
I've had to tell the Dodge, I've had me notice in today.
What do you mean, babe? It's too soon. What do you mean?
I had no choice, baby. He backed me into a corner, so I didn't have a choice.
What if it doesn't all go through?
I know, but I had no other choice. I'm about 5 minutes away from home, so I'll ring you back and I'll speak to you in 5 minutes.
Okay, babe.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
So that was me handing my notice in and finishing work on the 9th of December. Now, do you want to tell us about the 2nd of September?
Yeah, so 2nd September, this wee guy came along and he was 6 weeks and 4 days early. So he was born at 33 weeks and 3 days by emergency section. I'd been having pregnancy complications, placenta previa. So I was in hospital for a good 2.5, 3 weeks before he was born. But basically I was kind of had blood loss during the pregnancy. The section itself, as far as it could go, everything that could go wrong went wrong. You know, the anaesthetist beforehand runs through a big list of things. You know, this could happen, that could happen, worst case this could happen, and everything worst case that she said basically happened. So after Rory was born, I got to see him. I was under local anaesthetic at this point, an epidural. Daddy got to cut the cord, and I was kind of starting to kind of hyperventilate a little bit, so they put me under general anaesthetic. Daddy got kicked out and I lost 10 litres of blood, pretty much nearly died 10 minutes from death's door. The anaesthetist basically saved my life. She basically told the consultant that he couldn't try any more things to stop the blood loss. He had to go to hysterectomy. So having that saved my life, and having her there tell him that, you know, is why I'm really still here. So I spent 2 days in intensive care. Wee man was in special care as well. He was in intensive care. He needed a small blood transfusion. I obviously needed a massive blood transfusion, but that whole experience really brought it to light that, you know, we can I think we're quite living the moment people anyway, but that, you know, when you have something like that happen to you, you really realise, actually, let's not put things off that we're going to put off. Let's just do things now well we can.
I don't fancy waiting 33 years to retire and then be old or get something horrendous like motor neurones disease or something like that and not be able to go and do cool things. So the plan is that from the 2nd of January we are going to pack 3 bags and we're going to go around Europe in the camper van, the 3 of us. So that will be starting off in Devon for a week, but then after that it will be Spain, France, Spain and Portugal for the first 90 days, and then
probably cross into Morocco as well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so the plan, we're going to go into Morocco, and then we're going to head east. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about heading east in a brief moment.
So for the next 12 months, guys, we're going to be living in our van. It's a Ford Custom Transit, short wheelbase, named Tango, become apparent why. It's going to be the 3 of us. He's going to be 4 months old when we leave. We're going to, as I say, 12 months or as long as we possibly can, living in the van, travelling Europe, and it's just going to be the road trip of a lifetime. I cannot wait to get going.
So we've tried to film as much of our preparations as possible. It's been a very, very stressful experience and the build up to getting ready to go. So the plan will be is that we're going to do 3 vlogs. Well, we're aiming for 3 vlogs a week. We've got the trip's called Van Turismo, that's the first thing. We've set up an OnlyVans Facebook page where we'll put on there a daily diary entry about what we've done that specific day. I say aim for 3 blogs a week, which will be Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday. The sort of 9 or 10 videos that we're going to have set up, recorded, ready to go will be aired in January. That means that when our trip starts on the 2nd of January, we've got a month to get as much of the content in place as we can. A really important thing to remember is that this, we don't have the luxury of a big motorhome. This will be 2 adults and a 4-month-old in a short wheelbase transit. We'll never be able to compete with the likes of John and Mandy, but we're hoping that over the next sort of 12 months we're going to visit over 20 countries. So the first 83 days will be spent maybe a week in France, and then the rest we're going to drive around the outside of Spain and Portugal. I'll put a brief video on that's going to show our brief route, and then after the 83 days we're going to head east to get outside of the Schengen, because the Schengen rules. Now what we're going to do for January and February is we're going to have a poll on our website, and we're going to let you guys decide which countries we do first when we get outside of the Schengen. So you're going to have 3 options to choose from.
Option 1 is going to be Turkey, Armenia and Georgia. Option 2 is going to be Bosnia, Serbia and Kosovo. And option 3 is Bulgaria, Romania and Moldova. I was just working out there that you might think that's a long time, 90 days in the Schengen, or, that's far away, like, why are we thinking about that already? But the reality is, like, this wee guy's 15 weeks old already, and you only get that amount of time in the Schengen, so it's going to be here before we know it, and we just want to maximise the time and get to see as many places as possible as we can. So I hope you have fun choosing where we're going to go first once we head east.
Yeah, and once we've sort of done that period, we're trying to work out then whether it's going to be 90 in of the Schengen, 90 out, 90 back in and 90 out, or whether we might do 90 in, 180 out and then back in for 90 and then come home. I say we've got the first 3 months pretty much nailed on now. And then it's just a case of after that where you guys send us, and once we know where we're going to go, which we'll know by the end of February, we'll then plan where we're going to go in those countries and plan our sort of where we're going to be after that, if that makes sense, to sort of work out what the remainder of the trip's going to be. So we'll put a link for our other socials on here as well. So the videos will be about a month behind, but you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram and now the OnlyVans Facebook page, which will be...
That's a brand new page.
That's a brand new page. We'll put a link down there for you as well. So that's got a diary entry starting from the 1st of December. So you'll be able to sort of find out what's got us to this point now. We're excited, nervous. Everyone that I've spoke to thinks we're out of our minds. I'm in the camp of that. I don't think it's going to be as hard as people think it is, but I'm not sure whether that's just because I'm just wildly naive.
Yeah. We're also extremely lucky that we've got a very content baby. He's already sleeping through the night.
Yeah.
He's very easy to amuse. We don't have to worry about him toddling or running away or escaping camp.
It's easier for us to do it now than it would be in 12 months' time, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're super excited. We can't wait to get going, and please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and
hashtag why not now, hashtag OnlyVans, hashtag Van Turismo.
Yeah, follow along.
Thanks.